I'm Jackie. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. My phone's like alerting me. So I don't know. Am I sideways right now? I haven't gone live in a long time and I couldn't remember. I set it up on my phone and I couldn't remember how to get it on my computer. So I'm doing it on my phone and I'm trying to see, like I can't see myself. So if I'm sideways right now, please let me know in the chat and I'm gonna try to keep up with it. But rough start here. Sorry about that. I'm home and just a little bit of awareness. My 5-year-old, he's over there. So if he joins randomly, sorry, I'm hoping he won't. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hi, Laura. I'm excited to go live. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I have been on YouTube now for 4 years. And I started going live almost right away just so that I could get over the fear of it. And I like getting to know people, interacting with people. Happy hump day, Maria. Okay, can someone tell me, hi, am I sideways or am I looking good right now? Because I mean, looking good as in the right way. I'm very nervous that I'm sideways. Hello, so many hellos popping in and then they disappear, especially on my phone. You guys are all over. We're in Michigan and it is, okay, not sideways, thank you. It is kind of cold here and windy. I just got done walking outside at the park, but it's exciting to see so many people. And unfortunately, I have to hold my phone instead of use my tripod because I had it set up the wrong way. But oh my goodness, so I see people all over the US, the UK. I know I saw Oregon, Carolinas, Tennessee. Hello. Congrats on starting in February. So I had no plans of this being sideways. I will have it set up better. So I'm sorry, it's probably really small on the screen. Indiana, Tennessee again. Oh my gosh, it is not 75 here. I'm very jealous. Texas, New Jersey. Oh my goodness. How to maintain weight loss after upping fasting protocol to ADF. So I think, so I'm gonna jump right into a question, just because I saw it and I'll forget if I don't. I think one of the keys to maintaining my weight loss is I give myself a lot of flexibility and I fast and I have different eating windows. And I think that's really important. And actually someone else had just asked a question. I was going to refer to this chapter, at Fast Feast Repeat, your intermittent fasting toolbox. I think it's chapter 11. But that's the title, the intermittent fasting toolbox. So it talks about don't be afraid to like take everything and learn about ADF, learn about OMAD, learn about 2 meals a day. And once you get really good at fasting and then learning to do it different ways, I find a lot of flexibility in doing what I did today isn't what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I really, if I'm hungrier, I have longer windows and then I eat. And if I'm satisfied, I close my window. And ooh, New Mexico, that's my mom's favorite place. Sorry, that just popped up and I've never been. So I hope to go with her someday. But I think that really allowing yourself to, okay, I see another question. I'll get to that one in a second. Allowing yourself to have different windows all the time and learning that every day doesn't have to be the same, really letting go of like rigid thinking, which I was extremely rigid in the beginning. I thought 4 to 10 is gonna be my window. I'm gonna eat that every day. But I quickly learned that I felt really good when I had smaller windows. And then some days, even though I think of myself as having a small window, I'll have a 6-hour eating window every once in a while. And I just go with it because if my body is hungry and I'm feeling like I need to eat that, I'm going to make it much more sustainable and much more long-term if I go with that. So that's kind of my, how I think that I can maintain the weight loss is I keep the minimum fast. I think that's really important that I do a minimum of 18 hours. Because I'm doing 75 hard, I upped it a little bit to 19 hours every day. That is my bare minimum. If there was like a super special occasion, I would do it. Then I go below it, but not during 75 hard. But for the most part, making sure I get a fast in every day and then being intuitive with how hungry I am and letting my window, how long it's open, dictate what I do and being flexible with it. I saw another question. Did I have diarrhea in the beginning? Yes, I did. And pretty much anytime I opened my eating window, I had diarrhea. It went away. I didn't do anything special, but I did have it. And I'm sorry if that grosses anyone out, but it happened. And I have a number of people, I'm not gonna say their names because I don't know, it's a little more private, I guess. In my normal life that I know that was an issue for them as well. I'm sorry, there are so many comments that pop up. I cannot see them all. So if I missed something, I apologize. But yes, I did. And it doesn't happen anymore. I actually, just to go on that, I took a complete pendulum swing and then I had constipation issues. And that's why if I don't take magnesium, then I still have pooping issues every once in a while. But for the most part, it's evened itself out now. So I wanted to tell you guys that I plan on doing this every Wednesday, and just to give like a little bit of a glimpse, my channel just keeps growing, which I'm extremely thankful for. Whole food supplement break your fast. Yes, a supplement probably would break my fast, but I don't know for sure, but for the most part, I would think so. My channel keeps growing, and like right now, I think I get like 50,000 views a day is what I'm averaging between this channel and then my grocery channel. And with that comes a lot of comments, and I just simply cannot keep up on them. I just saw, Jenny, that you are grateful for Fast Feast Repeat recommendation. Me too. I love this book. I think everyone should read it. I get a lot of information and sources from this. But going back to comments, I see the binging question. I'll get to that one next. I hope no one ever feels offended. There's just so many comments, and they kind of just get shoved together, and the time to find all of them, I just simply don't have it. And I want to be like extremely respectful that you guys are asking questions and that you're interested in this. And I'm sorry that I miss questions, but I feel like going live is one way that I can really get to have more of this conversation, and I'll try to do my best to address questions. And even if I can't get it every time, because that's the other thing, I have a hard stop at 2 o'clock every time, 1:30 to 2, just for expectation purposes, and I have to pick up my kids from school. So my nights and weekends become very busy, so I have to do this during the day. But 2 o'clock is when I leave for pickup or get ready to leave to go do pickup. So binging question. So I did a short on this the other day, first of all, I have a hard time saying binge because I don't want anyone to think I'm talking like actual binging disorder. And I have read in multiple books. I've read so much on fasting, including in Fast Feast Repeat. If you have a true eating disorder, intermittent fasting is not recommended for you because it has the ability to trigger those tendencies. I don't have any experience with that. I really can't speak to that other than my understanding is if you have a true binging disorder, it is not something that's recommended for you. However, if you're talking about when you're learning to intermittent fast, stuffing your face as soon as your window opens, hello, I did that. And every once in a while, especially around my cycle, I still have times where I inhale my food really quickly after I open my window. But if one book that I'm reading right now, I have all my books handy so I can show them to you guys. This one I'm actively reading. Really, I love this book. Dr. Bert Herring. I just started reading his books. I don't know why. It was low on my list of ones that I was reading, but I did the Fast 5 diet recently, and I've talked about that in previous videos, like climbing the sand hill and the thought of zero being a very simple thing to understand have come from reading his books, and it's so true. I just think he has really good insights. So that book that I'm reading right now, Appetite Correction, he really talks about how that you're going to get over the overeating in your window. Jen talks about it, and when I hear something, I hold on to it as truth, and I believe it. So when I started intermittent fasting and I would get to 18 hours took me, like I would be watching my clock literally every single time at 18 hours. That's what I started with. And I don't even know what food would be around, but I would just eat it. And this is before I never had any plans of sharing intermittent fasting on my YouTube channel. But I just fell in love with it so much because I found such freedom and ability to eat foods that I love. So when I started fasting, I would eat a lot right when my window opened. And I would immediately, like, all of a sudden I'd have this extreme fullness, and then I wouldn't get to actually enjoy the dinner that I planned, or I wouldn't enjoy the rest of my eating window because I ate so much so quickly. And from what I hear, or from what I've read, what are you doing? No candy. Look at him. He's trying to get away with something because I'm busy. Kids. Um, oh my goodness, sorry. Totally, like, he's supposed to not even be over here, but I'm flustered now and totally is thrown off. But anyways, you have to trust that as you are adjusting intermittent fasting, that you're going to have to learn how to respond when you open your eating window. So things that I've learned, that if I have something I'm looking forward to eating, like I love granola and almond milk. I love an everything bagel with lots of veggies and cream cheese on it, or foods that I like to open my window with, something very satisfactory as far as like what I enjoy eating. Please. Sorry. Okay. If I have foods that I really look forward to eating, then I can enjoy that food before my meal. And I don't always have a snack before my meal. Sometimes I open with my meal, especially now that I've adjusted. But having something planned that I enjoy to open my eating window with, then it's satisfactory. It meets the like mental checkbox, and I started eating. So having that to look forward to helps. And then if you do enough of the overeating and really stuffing your face and not enjoying how you're feeling, then you're gonna realize that your eating windows are much more enjoyable when you don't do that. You're gonna realize that you're able to enjoy your meal much more when you don't inhale everything in the refrigerator as soon as you open your eating window. So I think it really is something that you just have to learn. And Dr. Bert Herring in the Appetite Correction book does talk about it. It's just something that you eventually get over. And he goes into very sciencey terms, and I'm someone that I'll learn about it, I'll believe it, but I can't like recite the science. So there's different types of hunger, and he goes into like the different types of hunger and why it's gonna get better. I definitely believe. Ooh, I see a monk in the making. Good for you. But I definitely recommend that book if you have any issues with like the binging tendencies or overeating instead of binge. The Power of Appetite Correction has really been a very good book. I've enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed his first book, so I bought this one. And that's one thing I think is important, is really investing in the resources. Like intermittent fasting is totally free, and I think that's amazing. So I don't mind, like, I'm not paying for a Weight Watchers subscription. I like to buy books. I like to have the information. And I don't know how many times I've opened, geez, upside down again. How many times I've opened, or you can see I have notes in there, the book. Yes, I have Obesity Code as well. That one is the hardest for me to read. I have it, it's right here. It's just very sciencey, which is amazing. Okay, Angie, so if I'm sure I've missed lots of comments as I'm talking, but Angie, I see you say that you're afraid you're eating too much. How long have you been intermittent fasting? I'm waiting for a response, sorry. Because one, there are days that I'm certain I'm overeating, but it's not every day. And those days provide discomfort, or maybe it's like I've had an emotional day, and the discomfort of doing it every once in a while kind of keeps me in check. I don't know if that makes sense. Let's see. My grocery channel name is Grocery Addict. It used to be Aldi Addict. I shop at Aldi every week. I share my grocery hauls. Okay, and I'll get back to Angie in just a moment. It's Grocery Addict. It used to be Aldi Addict, but then I was listening to a podcast from a YouTube lawyer, and you're not supposed to have any trademarked or registered names in your title, and they could come after you if you start making money with your channel. Oh, I highly suggest working up to a 72-hour fast. I actually liked it so much. I look forward to doing it again. And that was a surprise. Going back to Angie, she's afraid she's overeating. She's only been doing it 3 weeks. 3 weeks is definitely within the learning to fast phase. So I would honestly not even, and I'm not a medical provider, so this is not medical advice. This is based on my personal experience, so you need to understand that. And I don't know like what you're eating or what your quantity of overeating is, but you're learning to fast. You can only learn so much at a time, right? So if you, I would never suggest like trying to learn to fast and try to portion control and try to change your diet and try to XYZ all at the same time. You're gonna overload and burn out. So when I first started fasting, and I think it was very successful for me doing it this way, I simply learned to fast. I did not even worry about my eating window. So I did, holy moly, 5-day fast twice a year. Um, I I didn't worry about anything else. And I'm not saying that's perfect, but it allowed me to just learn to fast. So fasting, getting my fast in, I didn't worry about my eating window. I just learned to fast. I got used to fasting. And once I did that, then my eating window became more of a concern. And not even a concern, but it's just something I would consider. So then I'd hit my 18 hours and I'd think, okay, well, yesterday you really overdid it. So let's just eat a bagel to open your window. And once I did that, once I started being more cognizant of what I was eating in my eating window, I could start to think like, wow, this made me feel good when I did this. This doesn't make me feel good. So I could just be more conscious. And even though I share that I eat every single day what I want, what I like, that doesn't mean I eat everything under the sun still, because that's not what I want. So okay, I see Leanne's question about working out. I'll get to that next. I don't like to not feel good. So yes, I eat lots of food every day. My down days are the exception to that. And yes, I eat food that is not like considered the upper echelon of health code. But I also put thought into quantities, or I put thought into choosing to eat cauliflower rice instead of rice. I like them both, so why not choose the healthier? And that's just, I feel like I can start to craft my choices now that I'm like an expert faster. Fasting is very easy for me at this point. I mean, yes, there are days like my joke short yesterday that I literally watch the window and I'm like, okay, when's 18 hours gonna be up? And then I'm ready to eat. But it's not from an overeating perspective. It's just like, yep, today I was really hungry and I was looking forward to breaking the fast. I just think it's something you're gonna get used to. Okay, so the next question was about working out. So again, if I miss questions, I'm very sorry. They come up on my phone and they disappear, and it's just a matter of which ones I see. I walk, right now I'm doing 75 hard, so it's a little different than my normal everyday life. Oh, hey, Panera, I see that popped up, and that's on my list of things to talk about. I'll get back to that. I work out twice a day right now because I'm doing 75 hard. That is not the normal me. I just like to do challenges. I like to experiment. I'm a very curious person. I think you guys, if you have watched other videos, the 72-hour fast, the 10,000 calorie challenge, still get the shivers thinking about that. Doing keto for a month. I'm just curious. I like to try new things. That's how I tried intermittent fasting. And I just like to challenge myself. So doing 75 hard requires 2 workouts a day. However, I am not like a gym rat. So one of my workouts, the outdoor one, every single day has been a walk. It takes 45 minutes and that's one of my workouts. Then the other one is sometimes a walk, and I have a 30-minute kettlebell workout that I really love, and I do stretching before and after it. And excuse me, my voice just cracked. So normally, and even after the 75 hard, I have a feeling I'll do the kettlebell workout like maybe 3 times a week just because I've really enjoyed it. But for the most part, yes, my only working out is walking. And that's because I love walking. And we have like a basketball court in our backyard, so I'll play pig with my husband, or I'll do things with my kids. So I'm not like an inactive person, but I don't like lift weights and have any routine in the gym that I do. Someone asked about my favorite coffee. I like to buy the Peru bean from Aldi. It is a bean that you grind, but I'm also lazy, so I like to buy pre-ground coffee, and the one that I buy from there is the breakfast blend because it's $3.99 a bag and I like it. I do mostly drink Panera though, and that's one thing I want to tell you guys. Panera, I live it takes me 2 minutes to get to Panera, so you may not be as close to one as I am. But they have their Sips Club, so it costs $10.99 and you get unlimited coffee, tea, and they just added pop and lemonade, which I didn't need them to add that. But I get their coffee like 2 or 3 times a day. I fill up this guy for free every single day, as much as I want. Every 2 hours you can get a refill. And it's very convenient for me as I'm picking up kids, dropping off kids. But it's free from now until July 4th if you sign up in the next 2 weeks, or excuse me, next 2 days. There's only 2 more days to sign up for free. I get nothing for it. I'm not affiliated. I just love it so much. I have saved so much money not buying coffee. So if you drink coffee and you are close to a Panera, I definitely think you should check it out. But I buy my coffee from Aldi other than that. I used to binge until I got sick. I went carnivore. So carbs, that's one thing that I think is really interesting. So this, I'm sorry I didn't see your name. I was trying to read so fast, but it's gone now. Carbs don't work well for you. And that's one thing that I really, and I have a video coming out on this soon. And it's going to be called Don't Copy Me. And I'm not trying to yell at anyone. But I get asked questions. Excuse my voice. I just need a drink really quick. It's so full. I hope I don't spill. Thanks for the Panera plug. I don't know if that was sarcastic, but I just love it so much. I think everyone needs it. But people get asked me very, very specific questions. And I just want everyone to know, like, that person saying carbs don't work for them, but carnivore works really well. I absolutely have no issues with carbs. I did keto for a month. I lost 10 more pounds. I've actually gained pretty much the 10 pounds back since keto's been back. And I'll have another full video on that. But carbs I feel full. I feel satisfied when I eat carbs, and I don't feel poor on them. But I think that's one thing that everyone needs to kind of take from what I share is learn what works for you. You can learn from other people's experiences. And that's what I want to share is that I try lots of different things. I try different windows. I eat lots of food, but I'm not lactose intolerant. I don't have celiac disease. Carbs don't make me feel bad. I don't have any food allergies. And the presence of celiac disease or gluten intolerance or lactose intolerance or peanut allergies, all of that kind of stuff is a great indicator that everyone's body is different. So just because I share exactly what I eat every day, I'm not sharing it in a, hey, if you eat the same things as me, you're going to get the same results. What I'm sharing, oh, okay, I see your comment, Lena. I was like, oh no, maybe someone thinks I'm being super salesy, which, but good. I'm glad. Yes, Panera, their coffee is really good. And you can get it like here or Baltimore or Oregon or Florida. You can get it, use your subscription. But anyways, yeah, so what I share, I want everyone to get an overall idea from me that fasting is flexible, that you can still enjoy the foods that you love and that work well for you. Like, that's an important part. And you can change it to your schedule. You can do something different every day. You can play around with the different things that are available to you and find your own flexibility. But just because things work for me may not work for you. But, oh, I haven't read Feast Without Fear. Golden Breeze was saying that Jen's, her second book, which is like probably the least read one, Feast Without Fear, could be good if you're worried about binging. So that is an option. I'll have to add that to my library. So I just want everyone to understand that when I share things, I really hope you are getting general ideas and not like a specific blueprint of what's going to perfectly work for you. For instance, I love having a down day and then an up day. And hi, meat-based mama. I love having a down day and then an up day. But I know a lot of people hate that. But for me, it makes me feel really good. I feel like I'm starving when I have carbs in my diet. Oh no, where'd that go? Oh, okay. So another very, sorry, the comment. He's saying that carbs don't work well when they're in his diet. And that's exactly true. Like, whatever works for you is what you need to implement and work around. Okay, Kimberly, this is a really interesting question, asking if I can see my eating window. Yes, I can see my eating window on Zero. I have the free version, and I get screenshots from people on Instagram, and people comment this all the time. I don't know what the deal is. My app and my iOS just updated. I can see how long I've been eating. It says time since my last fast, but people, okay, I saw another question. I'll get to that in a second. People asking, how do you see that? I don't see that. I literally don't know why I see something different than you guys. I have never paid for anything on Zero. I have never done any upgrades, so I don't know why I see something that you guys don't. So I don't know, but I do see it. It says time since last fast, which means how long my eating window's been open. That is so weird. Someone else saying that they don't see it. Someone asked if I have any plans of a Facebook group, and my answer is no. Basically because there's a lot of Facebook groups and it takes a lot of work to moderate them, and I feel like I have so little control and like time for the comments here. I love the idea of the community. I try to be active in comments on Instagram, and I get emails from my website I try to be very responsive to. But I wanted to, I see I'm at 26 minutes here. My time is ticking. Again, I have to leave. To get my kids semi shortly here. But I want to share with you guys one of my big goals. So my baby, he's 5. He's going to kindergarten next year. Starts in school. I'll have 3 kids in school, which means my time is open up. I want to have a podcast launch in the fall. And so this is the first time I'm saying that out loud. But I want it to be interview style, and I want it to be focused on food. So I have like kind of developed like an outline of interviews. I have like an idea of how it's going to be, and it's not going to be so much on like, hi, I'm Jackie and I've lost 30 pounds. I want it to be like, hi, I'm Jackie and here's the freedom I found in my eating. Because for me, that is the best part of intermittent fasting, where I have found so much freedom and joy. Like I've loved food since as early as I can remember. So I want to have a podcast that kind of focuses on that. I absolutely love intermittent fasting stories. Oh, thank you. I see you think I have a great voice for a podcast. Yay, I probably have a face for a podcast too. But anyways, I need people that want to be on it. So, oh, yep, I see. I do not have a podcast. I want a podcast. If you're interested, I have a link or a thing in my description. If you're interested in being a guest on my podcast, the questions are going to be like very simple, from what is your most controversial food opinion, like pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza. Or all pizza must be dipped in ranch. So just things that are about like your food preferences, but also talking about the time you first realize how free you felt in intermittent fasting. And I have a personal story for that. Like my husband got a promotion and we went to his favorite restaurant, and I had just started fasting and I ate the bread. I never eat bread that comes just because I save my calories or whatever. I ate the bread. We had an appetizer that we shared. I ate whatever I wanted for dinner. I had a martini of some sort that was delicious. And then we split a dessert. Oh, someone else, pineapple pizza dipped in ranch. Thank you. Hello, new subscriber. Anyways, then I just remember like how much I really was able to enjoy the dinner when I wasn't worried about the choices or feeling like I didn't pick something I wanted to eat. And I not only felt like I was very present to celebrate my husband, but I really, really, really enjoyed the meal. And so it was early on in my fasting journey, but it really made me just like fall in love with being a faster. So I want to hear those stories of other people. So it's going to be food centric. I have so many different questions like, do you drink in your fast? People ask me that all the time. Yes, I do drink. I don't drink very often. It's just not something I'm super into, but I do drink. Asking if people follow certain diets. Some people I know are keto on fasting. Some people eat whatever they want, like I do. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining. You're here. That's all that matters. So Hi, Pepper. I love the name Pepper, by the way. I don't know if that's your real name or just a username, but I do love the name Pepper. Yay, Oren, I would love for you to be a guest. So if you want to be a guest on my podcast, it's not going to launch until the fall, but that means I need to, I've taken a course on podcasting that literally I bought 2.5 years ago, so I finally took it. If you want to be a guest, email me. I have the instructions in the description. There's just like say, I don't remember what I asked you to put in the subject, but tell me that you're interested. And then once I have all my ducks in a row to schedule interviews and to send out like a questionnaire, I'll send it to anyone that's interested. So, that's my news. I want to have a podcast that launches in the fall when all 3 kids are in school. And I think that's all I have time for. Yes, you will be a success story. You are a success. You said yes and you're trying it. So that's successful. There are so many comments popping up. Oh, yeah, intermittent fasting with Ryan. I think that'd be awesome. I think he and I have similar approaches, and I first saw him, he had commented on a couple of videos ago, like a couple months ago, and I like that he's a dad, and I feel like shares very similar content. But I would love to have him on the podcast. So Ryan, if you see this, email me. But thank you so much, you guys. I honestly love being a part of this community. I think I could do this live forever, but my voice is cracking and I have kids to pick up. So thank you so much. Excuse me. If you want to be on the podcast, information's below. And I also did link the book that I'm reading. We talked about overeating. He talks about that in there. Really quickly, I see one more question I'll talk about. I don't have cheat days because I literally don't restrict food, so I eat what I want every day. And I think that freedom keeps me from feeling like I need a cheat day. I do eat vegetables every day, though. I love vegetables, too. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'll have a video on Saturday. I'll have a short every day, and I'll be live next Wednesday. Ciao down and ciao.